Come. Aditya,
Good afternoon.
you are. Sit down. What is your name?
Aditya Warrior.
Aditya Warrior. Is it a common name in South, Aditya?
Aditya seems to be a common name, sir, especially in my generation.
Okay. Tell us something about you briefly in a minute or two.
So my name is Aditya Warrior. I was born in Chengalur in Alappuzha district in Kerala, and I was brought up in Chennai. I did my schooling in Alfonso School in Kanyakumari, and I did my high schooling in Spartan School in Chennai. After that, I did my bachelor's in computer science engineering from Anna University. And
Where?
Anna University, sir, in Avadi.
Oh.
And then I've been pursuing civil service examinations. And can I go on?
Yeah, go on.
And throughout my time of schooling, I've been studying 4 languages right now, sir. I know Malayalam, Tamil, Hindi, and also English.
Okay.
And as I was brought up, my mother was very religious, and I have been having exposure to Hindu religion and also Christianity, sir, and also parts of Islam.
Good, very good. But so, you were born in Kerala, but most of your education have been in Tamil Nadu. But you speak Malayalam, and you said Malayalam and
I speak Malayalam,
Tamil.
English, and Hindi, sir.
Good. Tell me, but I have seen, in case of normally I find these days, there is not much preference for foreign service, in the sense, but I see, I go to Kerala every year. Your place, how far it is from Kochi? You were born?
My place is Alappuzha, sir. It's very next to Kochi, sir. It's the very next stop after Ernakulam is Alappuzha.
Oh, I see. You know Kozhikode?
Yes, sir.
Tell me something about Kozhikode. There are some important institutions there.
I'm not able to.
Is the Indian Institute of Management there?
Yes, I am a calicut in there, sir.
There, no? And you have heard of, have you heard some name Kottakkal?
Yes, sir. Kottakkal Ayurveda.
You have heard Ayurveda.
Kottakkal Ayurveda is an Ayurvedic.
Yeah. Why Ayurveda is so famous?
Sir,
Every Kerala talks of Kottakkal and Ayurveda. Why it is so famous?
Yes, I am proud to say that Ayurveda was founded by someone of P.K. Warrior, who is also.
So that is what I was coming to.
And it is very famous because it has very deep historical roots, sir. While allopathy was growing in India during the British era, this was one of the first institutions which decided that Ayurveda had to grow, and they brought in scientific techniques to improve this.
So how old is this institution?
From my knowledge, I think it was founded in 1910 something.
Yeah, something. Some early last century, early. Yeah. I go there every year for last 8 years. That is why I am saying. Now, tell me, what is the significance of Gulf? West Asia, I say Gulf, I will put it Gulf. Gulf for India in general and Kerala in particular.
For India in general, Gulf is very important, primarily because it is the largest, almost 70% of energy requirements come from the Gulf area. And secondly, a lot of our migrant people are living in the Gulf, almost 11 million of our people. And secondly, our diaspora live in the Gulf region.
11 million?
Also.
And how many of them are from Kerala?
So I'm not exactly sure.
Does matter. About 11 million. Are they citizens of that country, or how does it work? Or
no, sir, they are NRIs basically.
They are Indian passport holders?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you have any idea what remittance we get from the, what is the total remittance India receives from the Gulf of India abroad?
So I think it's about 67, I'm not sure.
Okay. It's about $80 billion. Other than this Gulf, there are also NRIs, we call them NRIs, PIO, people of Indian origin. What is the number you will put globally? People of Indian origins abroad, total, including Gulf? Say about 20 million. That is the latest UN figure. There are various figures. UN has put a figure at about 18 million.
Okay, sir.
And what is their significance for us?
So there are various significances about PIOs and NRIs in general. One thing is that they help us spread our soft power throughout the nation, sir. For example, when we've seen that recently during when our Prime Minister went to America, USA, there was a event called Howdy Modi, which was primarily funded and put forward by the NRI community.
So soft power.
So soft
What
power.
else?
And also, we have a lot of NRI people and people of Indian origin who are in large positions throughout the world. We have people right now. The son-in-law of founder of
It's all
Infosys
right.
was also inducted into the British Parliament.
Okay. Tell me, India is a secular country.
Yes, sir. Very
So,
secular.
it's written in our preamble also. And should government be getting involved in religion or religious activity? Do you think government should get involved in this?
Yes, sir.
For example, okay, tell me.
So yes, sir. For example, yes, sir. Because our model of secularism against the foreign model of secularism is called positive secularism, where the government can positively interfere in a religion if it is against our constitution's ideals, sir. So in that manner, it can interfere in religion, sir. For example, it has abolished untouchability and allowed
What untouchability has got to do with religion?
Sir, and untouchability, and also allowed entry of people of all castes. and
You tell me, what untouchability has got to do with religion?
Sir, sociologically speaking, untouchability.
I'm asking religion.
Yes, sir. Sociologically speaking, untouchability was justified, and its roots
No,
was found.
what untouchability, what is the linkage between untouchability and religion, I'm asking?
Yes, sir. The justification for untouchability was given through religious roots through Dharma Shastra, Artha Shastra, Dharma Shastra, sir.
Government provides subsidy for Hajj pilgrims. You think this is the role of the government to provide subsidy today for Hajj, tomorrow for Hindus, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, Sapandi? So you think it is appropriate for government to provide subsidy for Hajj pilgrims? And then so many people can go or this go. What is your view in this? Has court made certain observation in this regard? Supreme Court, has it made certain observations?
Sir, I'm not aware of the Supreme Court.
But how, if you were to make a decision about this, what will be your view? So tomorrow they will have to give for Hindus. Now they have started giving for Hindus for Kailash Mansarovar.
Yes, sir.
Then what about Christians? Should the government be getting into these things? Okay.
Fine.
Okay. Aditya.
Yes, sir.
What is meaning of Aditya?
Aditya means the sun, sir.
Are you aware of any scheme of Government of India with your name?
Sir, we are sending a rover called Aditya Mission.
Aditya Mission.
To
So
study
tell
the
me the
Corona.
purpose of Aditya Mission.
It is sent to study the sun, sir. The sun, like especially the external layers of the sun.
Can
understand
you
the-
be little louder? Because, see, mind you, there will be 6 people sitting in the hall and distance will be farther away.
Okay, sir.
So it's better you practice that.
Yes, sir. It is sent to study the outer layer of the sun called the corona and understand its working primarily, sir.
Okay. So this mission, they have already sent that Aditya Mission.
I'm not exactly aware, but I think it is about 2021 they are going to send it, sir.
And are you aware of India's other achievements in space?
Yes, sir. We have sent the Chandrayaan to moon to study the moon, and we also sent the Mars mission called Mangalyaan on the very first attempt.
Any Chandrayaan 3 planned?
So, I know
And
Chandrayaan-
what about other space missions and our achievements in geo satellites that we have sent?
Yes, sir. We have sent a number of geosatellites, which especially the very famous Navik system, which is supported by the INSAT systems at IRNSS, and we have also have the Bhuvan satellite which is a Desi GPS, and also we have the Operation Chamman, I think, sir. I'm not really sure which.
Okay, I think you you can study that. And how is the geo satellite helpful for improving productivity in agriculture? Are there specific
Yes, sir.
missions of geo satellite that are helping agriculture?
So I know one mission called Operation Chamman, which helps in horticulture, sir. That is one thing I am right now aware of. But the remote sensing can help understand where we can sow our seeds and where it would be best based on the water requirements and water availability, and we can ensure proper agroclimatic regionalization, sir. For example, we understand if something growing here it would be unviable, and we can change it to other places, sir. That is one.
How important is mathematics and computer science?
Mathematics.
What field of maths do you study in computer science? What areas?
We study basically a lot of graph theory, sir. Graph theory and something to do with natural language processing and things like that. And also
I think almost every
and Boolean we study.
every field of mathematics you study in computer science. And India is now moving into quantum computing.
Yes, sir.
Google has already established some outcome of quantum computing.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us what is the advantage Google has shown through its quantum computer that
The
They have
Google
shown.
recently said that they have achieved quantum supremacy, sir, which means that they have achieved what a traditional computer would take about 10,000 years to compute. They have done it only in 2 hours. So it is some sort of
what is
benchmark,
that
sir.
program that they ran on this system?
So I'm not aware of the
You are
name
not
exactly. I
aware?
have to go back and get.
Some random number concept. Read about it. What is quantum cloud?
So I'm not aware of the concepts.
You haven't come across. Some Bangalore-based Indian company has already announced arrival of quantum cloud. Theory of everything. In what context we talk of theory of everything?
Theory of everything is my first knowledge of theory of everything was from a movie of Stephen Hawking, sir. It was a theory which Stephen Hawking had propounded, and
Can you slightly speak
Really
little
sorry.
louder because I need to understand very clearly what you are saying.
yes, sir. It is a theory that Stephen Hawking had propounded in physics. Sir.
What is it? What is it? You are not aware?
It's not
No
aware.
problem.
Really
No.
sorry, sir.
Tell me 3 economic and 3 social challenges of Kerala.
So the economic challenges first one would be unemployment, the large amount of unemployment, sir, especially with a large amount of our foreign migrants coming back to India because places like Middle East is in crisis, and our UAE and Saudi Arabia
Okay.
diversifying.
So one is
So
unemployment. Second
Second
challenge?
one would be the lack of manufacturing growth, sir. Second of manufacturing, because manufacturing growth is also again fueling unemployment in the region. And the third one, I would say, would be the lack of quality education, sir.
Quality education.
Yes, sir.
I
People-
thought Kerala was way ahead in
No,
education.
sir. Literacy, they are ahead, but we are not
Employability.
Employability is very low, sir. That is the
Okay.
three
And
things
3
which
social challenges.
the first biggest social challenge that I think is alcoholism, which is very rampant in the area, sir. It is also one of the largest sources for income for the government, which I think we should avoid and diversify later, because we should not avoid it. And second one, I think, is a large number of suicides which are happening in Kerala, sir. I recently came out with a report which said that the suicide rate is increasing in Kerala. And third social impact, I would say, is our need to focus on the tribal populations, because places like Wayanad, Idiki have not had that level of development. When recently we saw that a child was dead because snake bit in school. So I think that is another thing we should focus on social.
And in your hobbies, you have watching inspirational movie.
Yes.
Which inspirational movie you watched last?
The last movie I watched was a movie called Super Deluxe, sir. A Tamil movie called Super Deluxe, which talks about different perspectives, sir. They talk about issues in transgenders, issues within
Any
new forms of
learning from
marriages.
that?
Yes, I learned a lot about the issues that transgenders are facing and the issues that poverty has on the urban population and how recent family systems are changing, sir.
Okay. How did it inspire you? The same thing, you know, you watched the last movie, and how did it inspire you?
So firstly, it inspired me to understand the issues of transgender, sir. It made me tell to myself that once I get into the service is something that I
Made
will
you
focus on.
aware about the issues.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir. Also,
regarding the inspiration,
it also
what
gave.
inspiration did you get?
So there is one line that the transgender woman in the movie says when she says that while others they clip their nails, they cut their hairs, why shouldn't I have a sex change operation? What is wrong in this? That is something which inspired me. So that is something which taught me that despite on paper knowing that what the issues that the transgender community is facing, it helped me develop empathy for them also.
You talked about the quality education, and Kerala is not having quality education. What do you understand by the term quality education?
So by the term quality education, I mean that the outcome should be better, sir. By the outcome, I mean that in certain tests where we evaluate on national level, like international, like PISO, which India has.
So scoring high is considered as a quality education.
Not scoring high, but basically I would say improving the critical thinking ability and improving empathy. And for example, in Delhi, the happiness classes, all these I think will improve quality.
Okay,
of
so
education.
tell me, how would you improve if you are appointed as a secretary in Kerala? How will you improve the situation in quality education?
So firstly, what I would do is I would improve the teacher attendance in the schools, sir. First, teacher attendance in the school I would improve, and second one I would improve is the amount of money that we put into construction of schools, sir. We need to put in more money, more funds to ensure proper construction of schools. And thirdly, I would ensure that all DMs or all people who are responsible at district or subdivision level, they regularly go and meet the people in the school and they understand how much we have achieved in
Despite
that.
going to school or having good infrastructure, we are not able to get quality education.
Yes, sir.
So, what are the reasons?
So that I think primarily is because we focus more on rote learning, sir. Our curriculum is and exam system is set in such a way that we encourage rote learning. For example,
Yes, one is rote learning. That is one problem. What else?
second thing I would say would be the involvement of the teachers in the education process, sir. That is another thing which has shown.
Okay, so rote learning, the first thing we need to focus on. So, how will you improve the situation? What will you do exactly?
So my cousin sister, she studies in ICSE board, sir. So when I was teaching her, I understood that the first thing is that what she is learning in 7th standard, I had learned in 10th standard. And what afterwards, after I had passed out from school, the system had changed and Samachar Kalvi had come in Tamil Nadu. So the quality of education had gone down. And our applicability of the whole education had gone down, sir. So what she is doing, instead of mugging up stuff and writing down, she has to solve problems from all the concepts that she's learning, sir.
Okay, so you're saying ICSE is a good curriculum is designed in a better way in ICSE.
Yes, sir. Objectively speaking, I think it is from my exposure to the.
Okay, so next question. Have you heard about the Brexit?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
So Brexit is a recent process where Britain is exiting from the EU. Sir.
Okay, what are the advantages of this to Britain?
Sir, economically speaking, Britain wouldn't have to give a large amount of money that it is already giving to the EU on a yearly basis. And second one is that there is a lot of problems of immigration from the EU, sir. And people in Britain are of the opinion that it is taking away local jobs and leading to unemployment in the area.
But then Britain was getting some benefit also. Okay, so they might lose that. So, what are the disadvantages?
So one disadvantage that I can exactly remember right now is the issue of Irish backstops. Ireland and Britain have a special relationship with respect to their borders, and if the Brexit does come through, there will be a little confusion about where that stands. Right now. That is one thing that is an issue. And the EU as a whole have a collective ability to negotiate with other countries properly, sir, and that is something that England would lose if they are to withdraw from the EU.
How will it affect the dynamism within the EU?
I'm not exactly aware of that, but Britain was a large contributor of economic funds to the EU, sir.
Okay, within the EU, the relationship between France and Germany with other countries, will it change? Or who will be leading the EU?
So I'm not exactly aware of the internal dynamics.
Okay, how it affects its relationship with Britain's relationship with US? Okay, how will it affect Britain's relationship with India?
So one thing that will be a short-term issue of immigrants, sir, because immigrants who are there, their visas would be a problem right now. And in long term, if we think that, I think it's a opportunity for India, sir, because we can renegotiate all our trade deals to make it in such a manner that we are a good partner to the United Kingdom and make something in our favor also, sir. And second thing is that our immigrants would be able to have such a position that they are in parity with the EU immigrants also, sir.
Okay, so India is currently in negotiation with the European Union regarding the trade deal.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard about it?
It's a broad-based, not the exact
Okay, so India is trade pact. Okay, so are you aware about it?
yes, sir.
Okay, what are will India get some advantages? Or what are the problems with this? India is having some problem.
Yes, the problems are that firstly, the EU wants a data secure status to be given for this to go forward. And India's other problem is that they are large producers of milk products, etc., dairy products basically, and that would flood our Indian markets also. These are the two things.
This is bilateral trade investment.
Okay, okay, right. Yeah. So, why do you offer technology as an option?
So, when I decided to do IAS, I looked for an optional which I was really comfortable with, sir. And one thing I found was computer science was missing there. And then I looked for something which I could apply to society. And that is where sociology came in. Sociology was a subject which brought to India by Britishers, sir. They brought sociology to India to understand what the problems of society are so that they could administer it better. So I decided to study sociology, and as I was studying sociology, I found there were really, really nice concepts like Sanskritization, which otherwise escaped my notice, sir. So as I was reading it, I got fascinated by it.
Okay. So, as a student of sociology, what is the difference between being socially correct and being politically correct?
So from my understanding, being socially correct would be it would be based on a community. So if I was in my family, it would be different. If I'm in a school, it would be different. And it depends upon the social group that you are in. And it also changes from, in India, it would be different, sir. And in US, it would be different. Basically that, sir. And politically correct, I think right now, given that globalizations have in place and ideas have been exchanged throughout the countries, being politically correct would be avoiding saying something that the global society aspires not to say or be in line with that.
What social planning would you recommend for India's growth?
So social planning, I would say, is firstly to spend more on our most important sectors like health, education, and social welfare of women, child, geriatrics, tribal people, and also the backward castes and our Dalit sections. All the funding to all these people and all these departments should increase, and we should turn towards a more outcome-based budgeting system where we can understand how much these money that we are pouring into it has been successful, and also improve the education sector, health sector.
Which research areas of sociology attract the brightest mind?
So from my understanding, it has been different through the years. First, initially there was a big interest towards functionalism, and then there was interest towards structural functionalism also. So right now it has diversifying into different types like economic sociology, political sociology, and also different other fields. It's all diversifying.
Okay. So that's it.
Just wait outside, we'll call you and brief you. Bully?
I think he needs to work more. His knowledge about his state I found to be less, even on his own technical subject. What we can probably tell him is